Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining me. Woody Allen was born on this day in 1935, the film director and actor. He started off his comedy career doing stand up, and he was responsible really for changing the style of stand-up comedy. He turned it from being just a string of jokes into more of a monologue, the kind of stand-up that we're much more familiar with now, talking about his life. And the character that he developed is the one that stayed with him in most of the film parts that he played and in many of the films that he directed. It's what I'm told is called a nebbish. It was a new word to me, but it's an American Yiddish word. A nebbish is somebody who's what I would call a wimp, somebody who just never makes decisions, who always thinks he's useless, very full of sort of lacking in confidence. And some of the one-liners that Woody Allen developed suggest that life is full of suffering, misery, and sadness, and it's all over far too quickly. Or the only thing standing between me and greatness is me, and the only regret I have in life is that I'm not somebody else. These kind of self-put down, this self-deprecating attitude became part of his acting persona. I thought to myself what a contrast this was between, and what everyone might feel about some of his other qualities. He had an unfortunate relationship with Mia Farrow and her daughter. The skill of his film directing is indubitable, and he's won a good number of awards. He was an extremely clever person. He wasn't a nebbish at all, and it made me think about people who do put themselves down. I think we often notice it when people build themselves up and pretend to be more than they are. But I think there's also a danger sometimes of pretending to be less than we are. Sometimes we don't like to appear to be know-alls, or we don't like to appear to have a control of things when other people haven't. We don't like to appear to be in a position where we're putting ourselves in a way that's thinking of ourselves in a way that's superior to other people. In other words, we hold back on allowing people to see our skills and perhaps our wisdom, for fear of being thought arrogant and interfering and so on. And it made me think today that actually it's not always a good idea. That actually it's much better to be ourselves, and if people don't like the fact that we know things or do things or are competent in a way that they're not, well then that's their lookout. We need to be offering to people and to the world around us the best that we can, not to put ourselves down with any kind of self-deprecating holding back. So let's be ourselves today, and just to not worry if other people think we're being overbearing. As long as we're not, then it's good that we are being truly ourselves.